Hey guys, and welcome to a new Dungeon Defenders 2 video. I'm your host Mr. Peter, and this is the Adept build. For the Adept build, on every gear you want to go ability power, and for your weapon you want to have the Winter's Blight staff because of the ice chip. You can find this weapon in the Drake and Lord's Keep. Make sure when you find this weapon it has 4 shots per second, 5 projectiles, and most importantly ability power. The Adept's main damaging ability is Arcane Lightning. Arcane Lightning is a piercing bolt that damages all marked enemies. And notice I said piercing bolts. This ability goes through enemies, causing collateral damage. The Adept also has a great utility spell called Arcane Bubble. She creates a bubble shield that reflects all enemies' projectiles and stuns all enemies inside of the bubble. Really interesting stuff, and we'll dive deeper into it later on. For the mods, I have Healthy AP chip. As long as we have 90% of our health, we will always get the bonus stat from the mod. Ability chip, this gives us flat ability power stats, exactly what we need. And lastly, Manaburn AP chip. The lower the mana we have, the more ability power we can get. As always, I'm going to recommend Snakeskin armor. You're sacrificing 1 damage mod from your chest for a good chunk of health and damage reduction. A very good trade, I highly recommend it. If you are going to use this mod, replace ability chip as that gives you the least amount of stats. For the weapon, I have ice as a locked mod. The reason why I'm using ice is because if we combine ice with drenching strikes, we can freeze enemies. This is including flyers, and if we have a dead zone underneath them, they will drop and instantly die. So we have anti-air, and we also have wave control. Being able to consistently freeze enemies is hilariously fun. I think many people will enjoy this playstyle. And next I have Controller chip. Just like our towers, we ourselves want to deal bonus percentage damage. You can use melee chip instead, doesn't really matter though, as long as you have one of these 2 mods, you're gonna deal more damage. And lastly, I have Frostfire. Frostfire is a fun mod to have. You generally feel powerful and it's satisfying to see enemies explode. You can use Focus AP chip instead. This grants you a huge amount of ability power when a spell goes on cooldown. I actually have this mod on a different staff. This is my other staff, the Corrupted Raven's Claw. It's a really cool staff as it shoots 7 projectiles, which is insane. You get amazing coverage. Both staff are really good. There's no right answer, it's up to you on what playstyle you prefer. Now let's talk about the shards. For the helmet, I have Arcane Shielding. After using Arcane Lightning, you gain a shield which scales from ability power. Really helpful against assassins. You can find this shard in Chaos 4. Power of the Storms, this is a mana sustain shard. It's a must have on spellcasters. You can find this shard in Chaos 6. And lastly, Explosive Finale. When Arcane Bubble expires, it explodes, dealing damage to nearby enemies. A nice addition to have. You can find the shard in Chaos 6. You can use mana capacitor for the extra mana. The Adept does get mana hungry, so it's understandable if you want to use this shard instead. For the chest, I have Superconductor. This reduces the cost of your abilities. You can find the shard in Chaos 8. Wither Bubble. Anyone inside of Arcane Bubble would take increased damage. That's nice. You can find the shard in Campaign or in Chaos 1. And lastly, Mage Gambit. You gain more ability power, but you take increased damage. Definitely worth the trade as you get tons of ability power. You can find the shard in Chaos 7. For the gloves, I have Sanctuary. Arcane Bubble will now heal you and others inside the bubble. That's nice. You can find this shard in Chaos 2. Critical Strike. This increases our hero's crit chance. Crit chance affects abilities, so Arcane Lightning has the potential to deal more damage. Really good stuff. You can find the shard in Chaos 1. And lastly, Enduring Tornado. Increases the knock-up duration of Tornado by a few seconds. You can find the shard in Campaign or in Chaos 1. Obviously, consider having Construction. The extra repair speed is always handy. It's not needed, but it's nice to mention it. For the boots, I have Speed Boost. The Adept has no mobility at all, so by default, this is needed. You can find the shard in Campaign or in Chaos 1. Marking Bubble. When you place down Arcane Bubble, anyone inside the bubble will be instantly marked, so you can instantly use Arcane Lightning. How convenient. You can find the shard in Chaos 2. And the last shard is up to you. There's not many boot shards out there, so add anything you like. For the weapon, I have Thunderbolts and Lightning. Increases Arcane Lightning's damage. You can find the shard in Chaos 5. Thunderstruck. Your primary attacks can drench enemies, which combos with both Frostfire and Ice. Very necessary to have. If you don't have Thunderstruck, you can use Drenching Strikes instead. And lastly, Sundering Blow. Your primary attacks reduce their resistance and they take increased damage. It just so happens we need to auto attack to mark enemies, and by doing this, they take increased damage. How convenient! You can find your shard in Chaos 8. You can use Burning Strikes for the Drakenlord, Inspiring Strikes to reduce the cooldown of Arcane Bubble, Charge Shot to mark multiple enemies, Ravenhost for the Wave Clear, or Punkinator for the Wave Clear. For your Ascension, put your points onto Arcane Bubble duration and Tornado duration. Then you want Hero Health. We have a lot of ability power because of our gears and mods, but we do need health to survive. Once you maxed out Hero Health, then you can put your points onto Arcane Lightning's damage. On the utility tree, put your points onto movement speed so we can have that map pressure. Now the rest is up to you. You could go for the extra mana because her mana pool is quite low. Either way, all of them are nice stats to have, but movement speed is the most important one. This is a very small tree, so you will eventually get all of them. It's just down to your preference. The Adept's bread and butter combo is very simple to do. Shoot as many targets as you can and then Arcane Lightning. Very simple. Now the important part is your positioning and footwork. Once you've marked everyone, you want to position yourself where anyone in between you and the last marked target are going to be affected. Remember, Arcane Lightning is a piercing bolt, so anyone in between you and the last marked target will take the extra damage. Once you get your positioning right, wave clearing will naturally become easier. The Adept's Arcane Bubble combo is also very simple to do. Place down the bubble and then Arcane Lightning. With the help of Marking Bubble, we can instantly use Arcane Lightning, and anyone inside the bubble will take increased damage because of Wither Bubble. Really good stuff. Your secondary attack, when charged up, will pierce through multiple enemies. All enemies who are affected will be marked, so you can combo this with Arcane Lightning. If you like the playstyle of the Apprentice, then you should upgrade yourself to the Adept. Her damage is surprisingly good, she's more updated than Flourish, and she has all the tools that she needs. Trust me, you'll have a enlightening experience. I know that pun was bad, you could say it was shockingly bad. Before I go, I would like to thank these people for the lovely messages. And thank you guys for tuning in today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more DD2 content. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.